Nighthawk, a Hurricane, a Loki, 2 Rooks, a Tengu, and a Scimitar.
And for Gentleman's Club, we have an Apocalypse, 2 Falcons, 2 Rooks, 2 Nemesis, 2 Manticores, and a Wolf.
Yeah, interesting to see more stealth bombers in this match.
Well, not just more stealth bombers, but also we've got 2 sets of jamming Caldari Recons.
Yeah, very true. There is a lot of jamming going to be going on in this match. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much damage at all goes on early on.
Yeah, we've got a slight delay here, so we can speculate on so many bombers. Are they hoping to be able to jam out the team and keep those bombers alive?
Yeah, and now the delay is over. We've got the countdown in local, and we are go. So let's take a closer look at those bombers and see what's happening.
I see scorch bombs in the air, 4 of them in fact, so that's obviously their plan. They've tried to primary with their bombs.
Alright, so we are bombs away against the Ushra'Khan team. It looks like at least one has gone off. We've got shield damage across the board on the ships that were close in for Ushra'Khan. Nothing terribly significant as of yet, though. The Hurricane now taking a significant amount of shield damage. He's about to dip into armor, as well as both Rooks for Ushra'Khan now continuing to take shield damage.
Yeah, certainly the bomb's not that effective again, even though there were 4 of them this time. Obviously, Ushra'Khan were not in the right position for Gentleman's Club to get the full bomb damage onto them. Obviously, with that much jamming power on the grid, there's going to be a bit of unfocused fire, and indeed we're seeing that now with one of the Falcons and one of the Rooks for Gentleman's Club taking damage, along with 3 of the bombers, although 1 Manticore now into armor.
Yeah, and with, like you said, with this much jamming, it's going to be... It may be a while before we see a break, but once it breaks, it should break quickly. Now the first Manticore for Gentleman's Club now into structure, as well as one of the Rooks in armor, one of the Falcons in armor.
Yeah, and we've just lost that Manticore, and one of the Rooks is in structure and has gone as well. So at the moment, Ushra'Khan have Nighthawk, Tengu, Loki, 2 Rooks, Scimitar and Hurricane, some with shield damage but nothing significant at this point, fighting against Gentleman's Club with an Apocalypse, a Falcon, another Falcon which has got some armor damage, although he seems to have stopped taking damage at this time, a Rook, and 2 Nemesis, one of which is in half shields, Manticore in half shields, and a Wolf.
And we're saying, I was looking, at least one of those Nemesis was actually just trying to get some distance out, not firing its torpedoes. And as we're seeing now one of that Falcon for Gentleman's Club taking armor damage, still taking it steadily. He's down to about 33% armor at this point. As well as the Manticore now just about to run out of armor hit points. But if any of those stealth bombers aren't firing, you're losing out on a lot of DPS if you're trying to take out these larger ships, especially. And that Falcon has now gone down. So I mean, it's possible that some of these stealth bombers are jammed. Then now down goes the Manticore as well. But those little ships pack quite a punch.
Yeah, they do, although unfortunately for Gentleman's Club, and they've just lost the other Rook, the ships that they're firing against are smaller ships, so their torpedoes aren't going to do as much damage, although they do have a lot of target painting going on, or did have before they lost so many of the bombers. At this point, it's looking incredibly dangerous sort of technique to bring bombers, certainly in large numbers. It looks like they're not doing that much of an effect.
Yeah, no, at this point we're down to Ushra'Khan still has their Nighthawk, Hurricane, Loki, 2 Rooks, Scimitar, and their Tengu, so I believe that's everything of theirs. And Gentleman's Club with the Apocalypse, the Wolf, and the 2 Nemesis remaining on the field.
Yeah, it looks like at this point that they're going to be a complete loss for Gentleman's Club as another ship goes down, another Nemesis, and it looks like a complete victory here, no points dropped at all.
And we did see that Nemesis go down. There's still 1 remaining, the Wolf now for Gentleman's Club taking damage, as well as the Nemesis. They're taking them both down at the same time at this point. And then it'll be all onto that Apocalypse. Nemesis down, Wolf down. So Gentleman's Club with just the Apocalypse remaining, and this looks like it will be total hell death.
Yep, the Ushra'Khan team very strong, and obviously using their ship bonuses very well. The Scimitar has obviously been able to keep on top of any damage, although it did seem that their rooks were keeping enough of the Gentlemen's Club damped down, jammed down even, that they weren't able to effectively cause any concerns whatsoever.
And I've actually, now that we're seeing that Apocalypse now at about 60% armor, I've got to give props to Ushra'Khan. They took a tier 2 battle cruiser, they had that 13 points, and did not say to themselves, hey, let's take a Drake. They ended up bringing the Hurricane, which, you know, if you passive shield tank it with that Scimitar out there, is quite resilient and puts out a good amount of DPS. That Apocalypse now into structure, going down slowly, but he will be down very shortly. And as yes, the Apocalypse now is down for Gentlemen's Club. A very convincing win for Ushra'Khan to close this one out, and a well-fought match. So back to you, Soundwave.